Good morning. It's your gourmet cave woman back with you again. So, this morning I was just in the mood to have some cooked oats. So, of course, I use the high quality old fashioned rolled oats organic and my very all time favorite camel milk from Drome Dairy, which I just received my order a couple of weeks ago. So I've been trying to incorporate it into some of my recipes as an alternative to nut milks. I actually really prefer camel milk. It's an ancient, very superfood. And then I'm going to use some maple syrup for a bit of sweetening and topping it off with some nice, very high quality cinnamon. Now, with the Drome camel milk, it's 3 tablespoons to 8 ounces of warm or cold water. And to make it really easy for myself, I use an 8-ounce old jam jar with the 3 tablespoons of the powder. And I just shake it up and it mixes really well. And I soaked my rolled oats for about 3 hours this morning. And then I rinse it in a one of those sieves, because when you rinse it, you'll see all that gooey, slimy stuff coming off the oats, which really is very unpleasant. I really don't like my oats like that. So I like to soak them and then rinse them. And then I just put it in my pot with the camel milk, and it's just cooking away. And I'll be back with you in a moment because I'm trying to time to see how long it takes to cook. I'll be back with you in a moment. Okay, so I'm back. So I just wanted to show you the sieve that I'm using here when I put in my soaked oats that I've soaked for about 3 hours in water. And then I just put the oats into this sieve and then I rinse it really well. And as you're rinsing it, you'll just see all that gooey white stuff coming off the oats. So once I've really rinsed it really well, then I put it in the pot with my Drome Dairy camel milk, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just want to introduce you to my book that I'm completing to be ready to be published. It's called The Stream of Life, and it's a handbook for juicing, but I'm including some smoothie recipes, alternative breakfast recipes, and all about the toxic liver. So it's going to be a really simple, beautifully put together, extremely informative book. So I'll be right back with you in a minute. My oats have been cooking for about 7 minutes, and I do believe because you soak them for 3 or 4 hours, or you can even soak them overnight, they cook much quicker. And I think you'll find that if you try this, it's a wonderful alternative to bacon and eggs. Okay, so as you can see, it's just about done. And I'm only going to use a cinnamon topping, but what you can also consider is raisins that you might have soaked for a couple of hours or overnight. Or you can use banana slices or berries. I mean, the options are wide, and you can use whatever your taste buds prefer. So I'm going to just put this in a bowl with a little bit of maple syrup and cinnamon, and I'll be right back with you. And again, as I said, Drome Dairy makes the best camel milk. It's budget friendly. It is processed under very low heat, so the powder is extremely full of nutrition. It doesn't kill the nutrition by high heat. It's an excellent product. I would really recommend it. I love my Drome Dairy because for most of us, we can't really order the raw camel milk, so this is an excellent alternative to nut milks, definitely cow milk. It's excellent for vegetarians, for people with blood type A, or people who are very allergic to any kind of dairy. So I highly recommend Drome Dairy Camel Milk, and I'll be right back. Well, I'm back. So I'm so excited that I've made my first oatmeal porridge with Drome Dairy Camel's Milk. And again, I can't explain it enough to you. Camel milk is an ancient superfood. You can go online and you can do some research about the camel. It's an incredible animal. The Arabs, the Bedouin tribes, have been using camel milk for centuries. Instead of water, they drink camel milk. And it's extremely good for babies, for mothers who can't breastfeed, for people who are allergic to dairy. It's just an overall wonderful product. And I will have a whole chapter about camel milk in my book. And here we go. I wish I could let you taste this. It's really delicious. And I really encourage you to think out of the box and really try to use some alternatives for breakfast instead of bacon and eggs. This is very budget friendly, and you can order Drome Dairy online at dromedairy.com.